Welcome to the Her Story Circle podcast, the podcast that brings you the extraordinary tales of everyday women who are changing the world. I'm your host, Gertrude Mache, and I'd like to acknowledge traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today. I also like to pay my respects to elders, past, present, and emerging. Every week, we dive into the lives, challenges, and triumphs of women from all four corners of the globe. We're here to inspire, enlighten, and connect, sharing stories that uplift and empower. So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and join us as we explore the incredible journeys of women shaping our future. This is Her Story, where every woman's voice matters. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Her Story Circle. This is Gertrude Mache here in beautiful Melbourne, Australia. And today I am graced with the presence of yet another fascinating young woman. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our tribe. Please tell everybody your full name, where you're based, and share your story with us today.
Hello, Gertrude. Hello, everyone. My name is Vân An. I'm originally from Vietnam and currently living in Melbourne, Australia. I'm a life coach, a certified master coach in neuro-linguistic programming, a motivational speaker, and a mental health and well-being advocate. So I would like to share with you my story. Growing up in Vietnam, in a poor family, I always believed that the only way for me to make my life better was to work hard. Anybody here work hard? So in the past, I always tried to study harder and work harder to make my life better. And my hard work finally paid off when I became one of the youngest to be awarded an Australia Award scholarship to do my master's degree in social work. And I was over the moon about the next chapter of my life in Australia. And after graduation, I was very proud to get 4 job offers. And I decided to become a National Social Work Research Coordinator. From the outside, to many, I seemed to be an ambitious, calm, and confident young woman. But on the inside, nobody knew that I wasn't happy. I had been suffering from stress and anxiety for a long time. I was always the last person who left the office, skipping family dinners, bringing work home, and sacrificing self-care for work. I couldn't shut my brain off, couldn't stop thinking about work, and I always felt so exhausted. So I tried everything I could to reduce stress and anxiety, and nothing worked. And my stress and anxiety grew so much to the point that I had serious digestive issue. And I had frequent headache and chest pain. And I thought, what's wrong with me? Then I decided to see doctors to get my brain checked, to get my heart checked, to see if there's anything wrong with my heart or my brain. But they couldn't find anything. And one day I remember at dinner time, I was holding a plate of food and then it just dropped on the floor because my hand was constantly shaking due to an overstressed nervous system. So I tried to do everything I could to reduce stress and anxiety, from taking yoga classes to seeing doctors and counselors, but nothing worked. What's wrong with me? I was really mad at myself. And then one day, I decided to start my self-discovery journey. And I met amazing life coaches and mentors and NLP trainers. And they helped me to learn so much about myself, to finally discover the root causes of my problems, my stress and anxiety. And with this understanding, it completely transformed my life physically, mentally, and emotionally. And my transformation has helped me to become someone who is more confident, happier, and at peace than ever before. Now, every day I wake up, I feel grateful and happy, and I finally can enjoy dinner with my family without worrying about work, and I can be fully present with them. And my physical health has improved significantly, and I can allow myself to just be without overworking and hustling all the time. My transformation has inspired me to become a life coach and a certified master coach in neuro-linguistic programming so that I can help other people out there, especially ambitious and high-achieving people, to transform from stress, anxiety, and fear to peace, happiness, and confidence. And through my story, I would like you to know that if you are growing your career or following your dreams, if you are someone with big goals and dreams, and you are struggling with stress, anxiety, and fear, you are not alone. And it doesn't have to be that way. You can achieve professional success without compromising your personal well-being. And you can be someone with big dreams, and you can still be happy, at peace, and you can still have good mental health and well-being. So anyone would like to hear how I did it? The secrets to transform my life from stress, anxiety, and fear to peace and happiness. So here are 3 secrets that I have unlocked on my journey. Number 1, come home to yourself. So in the past, I always try to work harder to get that dopamine hit from people saying, good job, Vân, to feel happy. And when you seek external validation to feel good about yourself, it's like you go knock on others' doors and wait for them to welcome you into their homes and tell you that you are good enough and you are worthy. What happens if they reject you? You lose all your sense of worthiness and you feel stressed and anxious. So I would like to ask yourself this question. Am I at home with myself? And secret number 2, build a solid foundation for your home. Without a solid foundation, your home won't collapse soon. And your foundation is your mindset and belief system. If you don't believe that you are worthy, you'll be stuck in an endless cycle of chasing for external validation. And it is really bad for your physical and mental well-being, right? And if you always have negative thoughts and all these limiting belief about yourself, then you will see the world around you full of negativity. So ask yourself, is my home built on a solid foundation? And secret number 3, nurture your inner home. Your inner home requires ongoing care and attention to sustain peace and happiness. So what we need to do is to, provide ourselves and our inner home with love, happiness, and kindness through practicing self-care, self-love, and self-compassion. And also to nurture our inner home, we need to build boundaries for our home. We need to build boundaries, and we need to be really mindful of what we allow into our inner homes. Remove people, things, and activities that cause you unnecessary stress and anxiety. And surround yourself with people, things, and activities that bring you peace and joy. And every day, ask yourself, what can I do today to make myself happy? So that is such a simple question, but not many people ask themselves this question because everybody is so busy filling other people's cups and without filling their own. So these are 3 secrets that I have unlocked on my self-discovery journey, and I believe that they will help you too to have better mental health and well-being.
Oh, thank you so much, Vance. Really useful information for people to absorb. So now let's go back and review your story. What are some of the common challenges that you encounter when coaching ambitious and high achieving individuals? And how do you help them to overcome these challenges?
What a great question. So when I coach ambitious and high achieving people, I see some common challenges that they have, and the most common challenge must be stress, anxiety, the feeling of overwhelm and exhaustion, and cannot stop thinking about work. And they bring these feelings from work to their family, and it really affect their relationship with their family members. And they also struggle with fear of judgment, fear of being not good enough, fear of falling behind, and fear of failure. And they often become really over responsible and take on more tasks than they can handle just to prove that they are capable and deserving of their roles. So what I do to help them overcome these challenges is to help them come home to themselves and make their inner home a place where they always feel worthy, happy, and at peace. And what does that mean? Specifically, this is how I help them. Number one, I help them to, step one, come home to themselves. Because most people are not at home with themselves. They are caught up in external demands, expectation, and the pursuit of success at the cost of their well-being and happiness. So I help them to come home to themselves, to raise their self-awareness, to really understand what triggers their stress, anxiety, and fear, and to find out the root causes of their stress, anxiety, and fear. Because like me before, I wanted to reduce stress and anxiety by, doing yoga or going shopping to buy something that I like to feel better instantly. But it was just, instant gratification. It wasn't a sustainable solution to bring to long-term results to me. So the first step that I always help my client is to come home to themselves and to raise their self-awareness, to discover their unconscious programming. Why is it important? Because our unconscious programming control 95% of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. And we cannot change what we are not aware of, right?
Yes.
So what I help them is to, discover their unconscious negative patterns of thoughts and behaviors and the limiting beliefs that they have about who they are and what they are capable of. So with this self-awareness, then we can create an action plan on how to help them get the results that they want. So that is step one. Step two, I help them to build a solid foundation for their inner home, which is their mindset and belief system. And this is so important because our beliefs shape every action, thought, and feeling that we experience. Working on our mindset and belief system is central to creating real and lasting changes in our lives. And then I help my clients to raise their emotional intelligence so that they can break this emotional attachment to their job. Because a lot of clients told me that when everything is going well at work, they feel happy, they feel
Mm.
motivated. But when something goes
Goes
wrong,
wrong.
they feel terrible, and
Ah,
they can't stop feeling stressed and anxious, and they even project their anxiety, stress, frustration onto their loved ones.
yes,
Yeah.
that happens a
So
lot.
yeah, so it is so important to raise our emotional intelligence so that we can break this emotional attachment to
Mm.
our job and to manage our emotions more effectively. So that is step two.
Mm.
And step number three that I take my client through the whole process, I help them in step number three is to learn how to nurture their inner home. How to nurture their inner home. I help them to cultivate their self love and self compassion
Right.
and to prioritize their self care, right? Because just like our
Mhm.
inner home, like a home requires ongoing care and attention, right? If you
Yes.
just build a home and you don't take care of it, you don't nurture it, then it will not be a happy home that you always want to go back to, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people, they are afraid to go back inside because they know that when they go back inside, they'll be destroyed because their inner home is filled with stress, anxiety, anger, resentment. So we want to make it a place where we always feel worthy, happy, and at peace.
Yeah.
We need to prioritize our self-care, and we need to learn how to fill our own cup first before filling others. Because
Mm.
we cannot take good care of others if we have terrible health and well-being, right?
Exactly, for yourself.
Yeah.
Now, how has your certification as an NLP master coach influenced your coaching methods? And can you provide an example of how NLP has made a difference in one of your clients' lives?
What an amazing question. As an NLP master coach, I work with my clients to help them discover their unconscious programming, like I shared earlier, because our unconscious programming controls 95% of our daily actions, thoughts, and feelings. And if we don't have this self awareness, if we don't understand how our unconscious programming works, then it will hold us back in our career development and even our personal life. So do you know that our brain lies patterns? So it is important to identify these patterns of thoughts and behaviors. So our brain uses the past experiences and turn them into our truth and use this truth to predict our future. Our brain likes to use our past evidence to predict the future because it wants to protect us, to keep us safe and comfortable. So, for example, based on my past evidence, I failed. So, I believe that I am a failure and I will never be able to succeed in the future. Or based on my past evidence, I was rejected once. So, I believe that I'm not worthy of love and I will be rejected over and over again in the future. So, because our brain likes patterns, so it uses our past evidence to try to protect us so that we can avoid the feeling of pain and disappointment in the future. However, we need to remember that our past does not equal our future. Our past does not equal our future, and we are the creator of our life. So we need to understand this so that we will not let our unconscious programming hold us back. Yeah. So that is one of the first step that I use to coach my clients. And would you like me to share a case study as well?
Yes, do share a case study.
Yeah. So I have this client. She came to me for help because she felt extremely stressed and anxiety from her current job. And she
Mm-hmm.
quit her previous job to get this job only to realize that she still faced the same problems. And before quitting this job to go for a third job, she decided to come to me for help.
Right.
So after our first coaching session, she realized that it wasn't the job, it was her who needed to change.
Mm-hmm.
So with my help, she realized that she had this negative pattern of constantly looking for external validation from her boss to feel good about herself
Right.
and always saying yes to the things that she didn't even want to do. But she became really over responsible to prove to everybody that she was capable to the point that she felt exhausted and burnt out. And she was afraid to ask for help and support due to fear of judgment.
Mm-hmm.
So after we identified these negative patterns, then, you know, I helped her to work on her mindset and belief system to
Mm-hmm.
help her, you know, reclaim her self-worth and become more confident, to set healthy boundaries at work, which is more than just saying no, to take back her personal time and energy for self-care and personal hobbies without feeling guilty. And she also, from a cranky woman, she became a more loving wife and mother.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a great transformation. Yeah.
That's amazing. Now, what are the core messages that you aim to convey through your keynote speeches? And how do you ensure that these messages resonate with diverse audiences?
Thank you for a great question. So, the core messages that I often convey through my keynote speeches are around the transformation from stress, anxiety, and fear to peace, happiness, and confidence by coming home to yourself and making it a place where you always feel worthy, happy, and at peace, regardless of your background and life experiences.
Right.
So, to make sure that my messages resonate with a diverse audience, I always show up being my real and authentic self. And then I allow myself to be vulnerable, to share my personal stories and real life experiences, real life examples, so that I can create a connection with the audience, allowing them to see themselves in my stories.
Right.
And furthermore, I give actionable steps and practical tips that they can apply immediately to their own lives so that I can create the content of my speech not only inspiring but also useful and relevant to everybody.
Right. That is just amazing.
Thank you.
Now, let's talk about your mental health advocacy work. As a mental health and well-being advocate, what initiatives or strategies have you found most effective in promoting self-love, self-compassion, and emotional well-being?
As a mental health and well-being advocate, the strategies that I use is through social media. I
Right.
utilize the power of social media to raise public awareness of mental health, of the importance of mental health and well being. nowadays everybody is on social media, right? And they keep scrolling and keep scrolling, and they watch a lot of news that can trigger their stress, anxiety, and frustration. So
Mm-hmm.
why don't we use it as a tool to spread positivity and to educate people on the importance of mental health and well-being? So every day I create content on my Facebook and Instagram to
Right.
inspire everybody and to provide useful tips on how to reduce stress and anxiety, how to overcome fear and self doubt, and how to take better care of their mental health and well being while growing their career. And
Right.
furthermore, I also organize free workshops, masterclasses, and challenges to provide knowledge to raise public awareness of the importance of self love, self compassion, and emotional well being. And additionally, I provide private coaching sessions to help people dive deeper to learn more about themselves so that they can become a better version of themselves and they can, transform from stress and anxiety to peace and happiness.
Oh, I love that.
Thank
Now,
you.
you emphasize achieving professional success without compromising personal well being. Can you share some practical tips on how individuals can balance these aspects of their lives?
What a great question. So, in my coaching practice, I have worked with a lot of ambitious and high achieving people,
Mhm.
and most of them have, some daily habits that sabotage their peace of mind and reduce and increase the level of stress and anxiety. And the most common habit that I've seen in my clients is checking their phone first thing in the morning. So if anyone is listening, are you doing this? Do you do this every day? So many people, they reach for their phone as soon as they wake up to check their work emails and social media notifications and messages. So this habit lead to information overload, stress, and a reactive mind right from the start of the day. Do you know that whatever you do in the first 30 minutes of your day determines the trajectory of your day? So instead of doing things that cause you stress and anxiety, engage in positive activities first thing in the morning, like mindfulness, meditation, gratitude journaling, or exercise. So engaging in these positive activities can harness your brain's neuroplasticity. This allows you to rewire your brain towards more positive patterns of thoughts and behavior, enhancing your productivity and resilience to cope with challenges throughout the day. So instead of checking your phone first thing in the morning or watching the news and reading all these social media notification, try to do something more positive, relaxing, and peaceful. For me, I love guided meditation. So every morning I meditate or I just, listen to positive affirmations to feed my mind with positive thoughts. And that's how I start my day with positive energy. And another common habit that I see a lot in busy professionals and high achiever is, overthinking and ruminating at night, lying in bed, thinking about your day, what you should have done or what you shouldn't have done. And do you think it is a productive way to solve problems? No, right? But your anxiety and your fear lie to you. And it makes you feel like you are being productive by thinking about what you could or couldn't have done or, worrying about the future. So stop doing this and allow yourself to let go of all the worries and relax and rest, and do something that can help you to calm your mind so that you can fall asleep better, like practicing mindfulness or meditation. Yeah.
I love that. Now, let me finish with asking you a question that is very futuristic. And I'm going to teleport you into the future to go and meet the 90-year-old you. And you are sitting in your rocking chair, surrounded by your family, your children, your dogs, your cats, whoever's going to be with you at the end. If
Mhm.
I could take you into the future to meet the future you, based on what life has taught you up until this point, what would you say to her when you finally meet her?
When I finally meet my our version of myself, what an amazing question. I would like to thank her for guiding me through all these challenges in my life. And I would like to thank her for all the ways, you know, being a kind hearted person and care about other people. And I would like to thank her for giving me all these wisdom so that I can keep improving myself, become a better version of myself so that I can serve my clients better, I can serve my community better. Um, so, such a great question. That really helped me to, think more about my vision in the future, who I would like to be. And when I think about that, I would like the 100-year-old version of myself to feel really proud of the legacy that she has left for the next generation,
Mm,
um, to help other people just, be confident about who they are, really grounded in their own self-worth, and to create a peaceful and happy life that they deserve while pursuing their big dreams.
I love that. I love asking that question because a lot of women don't realize that the wise woman is already in them.
Mm,
A lot of times we look outside of ourselves for answers, for solutions, we look to other people. But what you're saying is go within, the answers are all there.
mm.
Absolutely
Yeah,
wonderful. So
what
thank
a
you so
profound
much for
question. Thank you,
coming
Gertrude.
online and sharing your wisdom with us today. Absolutely awesome to meet women who are supporting and empowering other women in these tricky and difficult times and spaces. So I've got your website at the bottom of the screen in case anybody wants to reach out and look for some support. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you, Gertrude, for giving me this amazing opportunity to share my story, lessons, and insights with the audience. And thank you very much. And if anyone would like to connect with me, you can check out my website and you can follow me on my social media. And I also have, a free ebook on the proven techniques on how to reduce stress and anxiety. And you can download it from my website as well. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Van. And thank you to everybody who tuned in today. The Her Story Circle is a social impact movement. We bring you the stories and voices of women from all over the world to uplift you, inspire you, and energize you. But most importantly, to empower you with a better life. So tune in again tomorrow when I interview yet another amazing guest. In the meantime, have a fantastic day, morning, or evening, wherever you are in the world, and bye for now. Thanks again, Van.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning into the Her Story Circle podcast. I hope today's story has inspired you to believe in the power of our stories and the difference you can make in the world when you use your voice. I'm Gertrude Mache, and it's been an honor to share this space with you, where voices from all walks of life come together to weave a rich tapestry of diverse perspectives. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review our podcast to help us share these stories with more listeners. Follow us on social media by looking for the Her Story Circle podcast for more updates. And join us tomorrow for another episode filled with courage, resilience, and empowerment. Remember, your story matters, and together we're building a stronger, more inclusive world. Until next time, keep making her story.